So up until about, I can't remember how long ago, maybe a week ago? No, it was like a couple days ago. I switched to Spotify after going back and forth between Spotify and Apple Music for quite a long time. And I wasn't happy with Apple Music because there was lots of glitches, and I went back to Spotify and I was like, oh yeah, there's like not that many glitches at all, which is great, but the downside is the sound quality, apparently, because if you look it up, the Spotify sound quality is typically in the, let's see if I can find it here. It's in the OGG Vorbis format, which is apparently not what Apple uses for their devices. And I have an iPhone. So if you listen to Spotify mobile on your iPhone and you're listening to it through the speakers or you're listening to it through Apple headphones, it will actually do a conversion to whatever they have as their thing, which is AAC format. And it'll convert it, and when it converts it, it actually makes it less, because it's like when you take a sample of something and you take a sample of a sample, it downgrades the quality of it. So if you do that twice, you'll actually get a much worse sound than if you're just doing it once. So when you just listen to a straight OGG Vorbis format, whatever that is, I swear I know what I'm talking about, but I just don't know the specifics. So the OGG Vorbis format is not obviously AAC, sorry, excuse me. And when you listen to it straight, it should sound fine. It actually, on paper, should sound better. It's at 320 kilobits per second, whereas the AAC format is actually at 128 kilobits per second, which is actually significantly less, which is interesting. But the quality change when it goes from OGG Vorbis to AAC is significant. So anyways, but I found out there's actually a workaround for this, and it's to use the web player. So when you use the web player on an Apple device, it will come out as AAC 128 kilobits per second. But the downside to that is obviously you are using the web browser and not the actual app. So on an iPhone, obviously the app is much easier to use because it's just easier to use just in general. So what I was able to do is I was able to actually make a, what do you call it? Like when you save the app as like you add it to your home screen or whatever, you can actually do that for websites. When you add it to the home screen, you can then use it that way, which is fine. It looks fine. Everything kind of works as it normally would. The only downside is you don't have your library. And what else is there? I think that was the main thing. You don't have your library, which is annoying because then you can't just find the songs that you saved, which I think is one of the reasons why Spotify is nice, because of the playlists and everything. But in this case, you actually have to search for songs and listen to them. But it works. There's no problem with the way the app works, and it sounds better because it's in AAC 120 kilobits per second. But if you open up the home screen app first, and then you go into the actual app on your phone, you can actually change the speaker to the web player app and then control the web player app through the app that's on your phone, like the official Spotify app. So basically what that means is that you're able to get 128 kilobits per second AAC through your Apple devices, apparently sounding better, which I think it does, and by using the home screen. So by using the home screen app, the web browser, basically. So that's pretty awesome.